And that's how it starts every time. That's how it all begins. That is essentially the opening of the portal, of the Paranormal Portal. How you guys doing? Welcome, everybody, to the show. I hope you guys are all doing amazingly. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't turn on the ghost box either, did I? The ghost radar. Let me do that before you guys get all over me like, hey, hey, you're dropping the ball. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, huh? Whoops, 26, not 2006. Almost time warped here. Almost had a time displacement of my own. There we go. The ghost radar is on, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be able to ascertain if anybody is lurking in the shadows, so to speak. Not out on the web. There's lurkers all the time. But right here in the studio with me. Allegedly. Who knows? I hope you guys are doing great. Hi, Hoggle. Good to see you. Phil, you're too late. I already did it. But, oh, T-Bone rolling deep already. Damn. T-Bone, God bless you. I really appreciate it. Oh, Sibylla's in here. Sibylla Irwin, good to see you. I don't know if she's actively watching or if it just popped on, but she's a wonderful person. Been in the field for a long time. One of the true greats, Sibylla is. Good to see you, Sibylla. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you, Scrappy Doo. Taria. I'm just naming the names of the gifted people. The people that were gifted. Not the gifted people. You're all gifted. But the people that were gifted from T-Bone, who gifted 5 memberships to the channel. And it looks like CRFLAUS got one. Congratulations. Stephen Cardenas got one. Congratulations, Stephen. As well as Sibylla Irwin. You are now a member of the channel for 30 days. Scrappy Doo got one. Yeah. Like, yeah, Scoob. And then Taria got one as well. So congratulations, all 5 of you. You're 30-day members of the channel. Special thanks to T-Bone for making it rain, brother. It always humbles me. But I sure appreciate it a ton. And, yeah, I mean, y'all are lucky. Or not. I'm reading the chat at the same time. I came across Lucky Gypsy over on Twitch. I'm not implying you're all lucky for being here, but I was just saying you're all welcome to become members of the channel if you so choose. That certainly goes a long way to help support the show, but it's not mandatory. There's lots of ways to help support the show. One of them is just if you like it, just hit the like. If you are watching when it's not live, just leave a comment. That really helps a bunch. Feeds the algorithm, as it were. And another way is to post these, share these. Hey, Dave Scott. Who, as long as we're on the topic of Mr. Dave Scott and Spaced Out Radio, is going to be our guest tomorrow night. He's going to be joining us here on the portal, and we'll be going through a 2-hour fun fest with the man himself, Mr. Dave Scott, here on the portal. So should be a good time. Should be a great time. And I hope you'll be here tomorrow night. We don't do a lot of guests on the live stream. Sometimes it's always available, but I usually do the guests on my podcast. However, Dave is a longtime friend and a seasoned pro of his own. So he'll be joining me tomorrow night here on the portal. So tune in tomorrow night as well. And you can hang out with us. In fact, for those of you that are new to the channel, maybe you're just checking it out. I do these live streams every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So usually, unless something came up, I mean, life happens. And of course, I don't bat 1,000 all the time, but I'm usually here. And that's where you can usually find the live streams. But if you ever stop by on any of those other days, you're thinking, God, I got a hankering for some Portal. Well, the good news is that I have nearly 2,000 live streams and streams on demand here on this YouTube channel, at least, and hundreds on the other platforms. So I'm sure there's something you haven't seen, and you're welcome to check out the back catalog. You'll be at it for a while. Better pack a lunch is all I'm saying. So great to see you all. Hello, John Temperin. Hello, Yeshua, Sharon Sunshine. T-Bone, of course. Who else? Scrolling up. Wizards here. Phil Funk is here. Rachel's here, I know, as well. And author, illustrator BJ Lapierre. And Aussie Boss Tiger, our brother from Down Under. Brother from Down Under. I kind of like it. I'm going to use that from now on. Aussie, you're now the brother from Down Under. All right, and Carol Pack is here. Spaced Out Radio. Dave Scott. Just scrolling through the list quick. Again, Lucky Gypsy checking in over on Twitch. Well, so we know Twitch is working. That's always good. And yeah, we got a few people talking a lot. Kitty Cattywax in the house as well. And let's see, any names I haven't said so far. Hoggle is here. Hello, Hoggle. Good to see you as well, as always. And yeah, I'll do official shout outs at some point during the night. Sheldon is not going to be able to join us tonight. He and a friend of his are getting together tonight, so he's got plans. Hey, there's Owl 13. Good to see you. Or Owl 31. Owl. I'll just call you Owl. Atlas Wave World Sun Norton is in here. Manus AI install. Manus AI install. Oh. I don't know what Manus means, but at any rate, the only AI you're getting is my own right here. I don't have any chat bot or anything like that, any AIs plugged into the show, but I do use AI for like the thumbnails and helping me brainstorm ideas. I've really come to enjoy it. I don't think it's probably good to have the AIs building the entire show, but no, that's certainly not the case here. Bring your mother to the portal night. She had a hard time finding it tonight. Oh, well, I'm glad she got here. Good. Bonnie is here. So, hello, Bonnie. That's BJ's mom. Good to see you. All as always. And everybody's welcome here on the portal, as long as you're not a dick. Don't be a dick, and you'll do just fine here. So we just like to have good times, good conversations. We are a longtime family. As you're looking at the chat, these are names that have been with me, many of them for years. And we are very much like a family. There's Karen Alberding popping in. So David Barnes over on Facebook. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for weighing in from Facebook. Now I know that's working too. Hey, that's wonderful. We are streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, obviously, on Rumble, on Twitch, on X. And did I say all 5? I think I did. I don't think I'm missing anything. So yeah, five platforms right now. I'm trying to get up the TikTok thing so we could stream over there, but I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know. I think you need 1,000 subs over there. So if you're on TikTok and you haven't followed me yet, look for Paranormal Portal over there or Brent Thomas. I don't remember which it is, but yeah, check it out. I think there's an extra one because my program that helps to develop shorts, it created a new one instead of using the one that I already had. I don't know why, but so I got 2 of them over there now. The one it created is a bit smaller, but anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here. I'm sorry. I don't usually, I do usually ramble. Hey, Mark Eddy, good to see you. Great to see you, Mark Eddy of Third Eye Live. Sorry. with Brian Bowden. Great to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. So we're going to get to the news here shortly. Tonight we are going to do the Discord question of the week. So if you're already a member of Discord, but you haven't answered the question of the week yet, go do that. You still got time. I'm going to go through the news and read a couple articles. I don't know. Do I have enough pulled up? No, I don't. What happened? I'll have to pull up some more. I thought I did pull up more, but anyway, let me do that now. Okay. Well, that's weird. I'm just looking at the headlines here quick to see which ones will be the good ones. Oh, there's a good one. That's a good one. I think that'll be enough. That's 3 of them. I got 3 of them. I might do a 4th one, though, because this one sounds cute. Everybody loves animals, so I found one about animals, pets, and stuff. So we'll go through that one as well. So we're going to head to the news and see what the hell's going on in the world. I just pulled it up now that quickly because I love the site that I pull them from, and that's unexplained-mysteries.com. It is just that easy for me to pull up news every night. It's amazing. So, I don't know about you guys, but we got a lot to get to. We're going to do the news Discord question of the week. We're going to do some, I don't know if we're going to do an article tonight or not. Maybe from List Verse. Yeah, we're going to go do one of those, I think. Those are usually pretty quick and fun and full of great information. We're going to do What the Hell Is That? And then we might stop in the Cryptid Corner if we have time. I got a lot of What the Hell Is That lined up for tonight, though, too. So we're probably going to close out with What the Hell Is That tonight. But there is some cryptids in there, or allegedly. Maybe not actual cryptids, but there's some representation in there. So we're going to get to all of that. I don't see a new question. Oh, really? Oh, well, let me look. That's a great thing. Let's see. Maybe something came up for Chucky. I didn't know. That's a great question. It's lit up for me. No, it isn't. You're right. You're right. I guess we're not going to do the question of the week tonight. I don't know what happened. I hope Chucky's okay. I haven't talked to him in quite a while. I'm sure he just must have got real busy with something, but I didn't know that. I apologize. I do apologize that. Is that, when was this one from? This was from the 16th, so yeah. Yeah, we're missing a question of the week this week. Okay. I didn't know. Okay. I do apologize. I'm sure Chucky had something come up, and God bless him. He does this of his own free will, and I appreciate the hell out of it. Maybe I'll just make one up now. What do you think? What would be a good question that we could answer quickly? Oh, I know. I got one. All right. I'm going to put it out right now at everyone. Everyone. Kind of, I know. Okay. I'm kind of curious what you guys will say. Who? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, Discord question of the week is now posted for tonight. And it should be a quick one. Just want to see you guys weigh in. You can certainly say why. So I asked you a question, and then you can give me the why in there too. I forgot to put that in the question. So check it out. Go to the discord.gg. Rachel's already answering. She's on the ball. So there is a Discord question of the week. I'm sure it's only going to take about 3 minutes to go through it, but you have to forgive me tonight. I'm a little disheveled. The minion got sick, and he's been pushing a huge fever. So I've been babying him as well as getting ready for the show. And I think he's breaking the fever now, but it got really high. We got just suddenly it was like boom. I was like, oh, uh-oh, row. So, but the good news is it seems to be breaking. He's sweating a lot, so thank God. It just came out of nowhere kind of today. It's like, pow. He was a little sick last night, and then today it just hit him like a truck. So, yeah. So it was nausea and all that stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe something's going around, but hopefully it's just one of those 24-hour bugs, and it'll be done. But anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there because I don't like to be completely unprepared for these shows, but tonight it's been a little frantic. So do forgive me. Yeah, little portal guy. All right, so I guess without further delay, let's get to the news and get the ball rolling here. Sorry for all the lip flapping on the front end here, but thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Hello, Joanne. Good to see you. So it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the news.
All the news you love, from the wild to the weird to the fascinating or interesting, with your host, Brent Thomas.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the news. Time for the news, huh? Y'all want some news? I got some news for you. Here we go. Let's check it out. And remember, throughout the course of the show, I utilize a lot of different websites. And so I just ask you guys support these websites. They are full of this amazing information dealing with the unusual, paranormal, Fortean, supernatural, strange phenomena, and more. And every one of these sites is so full of information. Hi, Jackie Hall. So please go support them. It is George Knapp. Way to pull it, Susie. Susie noticed the voice right away. That is George Knapp. It's not actually George Knapp. It's one of those programs that creates the voice. So it isn't actually George doing that for me. I've met George. He's a great guy, but so far he's not creating content for me. So yeah. But anyway, support these sites. Give them your love. And we're going to get to some articles now. Sorry, I ate some chips before I came on because I haven't eaten since this morning. All right, here we go. God, I'm looking at the Discord. I almost started reading the Discord. Good God, it's right in front of me. That's not what we want right now, because what we want is some news. And by God, I'm going to give you some. Here's the first article tonight coming from Nature and Environment Files of unexplained-mysteries.com. And this one is Svalbard. Nordic, Scandinavian names are so tough. Svalbard's Doomsday Vault, still going strong with 7,800 new additions. Did they just not able to collect those other 7,800, or did they discover more? I don't know what that means. That's kind of interesting, but let's find out. There it is, poking out of the ice. You wouldn't think there's much in there, but apparently it's packed. No, I'm kidding. It goes into the mountain. It's only a joke. It's a huge structure drilled into a mountain, and it holds essentially all the seeds that they have been able to find or discover for plants all over the world. And it's called the Doomsday Vault. So if you're not familiar with it, this is a project that's been going on, God, I think since the 80s. Maybe the 70s, but definitely the 80s for sure. So it's been around a while. They've been at this for a long time. Let's check out this article, though, and see what it has to say. The iconic seed depository continues to provide a hedge against an apocalyptic doomsday scenario. Built in 2008, around 810 miles from the North Pole, the Svalbard, why am I having such trouble with that? It doesn't look that hard, but Svalbard Global Seed Vault is an underground depository that preserves food crop seed samples in case of a global disaster. While it hasn't been featured in the news as much in recent years, the vault is still going strong, with the depository now boasting an impressive 1,386,102 types of seeds. That's not the seed count. That's the different varieties of seeds that they hold. The most recently, 7,800 new seeds were added, including olives from Spain, grains from Africa, and crops from Guatemala. The seeds are kept underground at a temperature of negative 18 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's plenty cold. Backing up seeds in Svalbard, that place, is one of the easiest and most effective steps the world can take to protect the foundation of agriculture, said Crop Trust Executive Director Dr. Stefan Schmitz. The vault had previously reached the milestone of 1 million seeds just before its 10th anniversary in 2018. Oh, so it was like 2008 this thing came around? I thought for sure it was from like the 80s. Hitting the million mark is really significant, senior scientist Hans Dampelwolf, that's kind of a cool name, Dampelwolf, said at the time. Only a few years back, I don't think we would have thought that we would get there. Eventually, the total number of seed varieties stored at the vault could exceed 2 million. The Global Seed Vault is an iconic reminder of the remarkable conservation effort that is taking place every day around the world and around the clock, an effort to conserve the seeds of our food crops, said former Crop Trust Director Marie Haga. Sorry. Yeah, that one's a little tricky. That's Svalbard keeps tripping me up. I just don't. I think I have some Scandinavian in me, but apparently I didn't get any of the tongue. So that's the best I can do. I just got, I don't know, the wits. I don't know what I got, but I got something. Maybe earlobes. I don't know. Anyway, that's the first article today on the news, and there's more, so don't worry. We're going to get to more. Here's the next one from the extraterrestrial files of unexplained-mysteries.com. I guess this is kind of another step towards acknowledgement. I wouldn't say it's disclosure, but I think it's potential acknowledgement. Here we go. From NASA, veteran maintains that extraterrestrial life really is out there. I had no doubts. I know many of you didn't have any doubts either, but it's kind of nice to see some of these figures coming forward to put their name in the hat, so to speak, and say, yeah, there's something out there. Dr. Gentry Lee, who worked on the Mars Viking mission, has spent decades designing probes that land on other worlds. Speaking recently at the American Association of the Advancement of Science, or ASS, look at that acronym. How do you pronounce that correctly? I don't know. I did. It is ASS. I don't know. Conference in Phoenix, Dr. Lee expressed his opinion that alien life is still out there for us to find. It has just got to be there somewhere, he said. We're going to find life of some kind somewhere else. Oh, now see, that's kind of a get out of jail free card there, because that could mean bacteria. That could mean microbes. So it doesn't sound quite as sensational as the headline made it sound. The odds are overwhelming. Sure they are. That said, he didn't think that intelligent aliens had ever visited the Earth. I don't agree. But anyway, there exists nothing today that says any alien or any alien machine has ever landed on the planet Earth, he said. If you believe otherwise, you are being misled. Oh, there's the hubris. There's the hubris. Let me reread that so we can just soak in his juicy hubris. There exists nothing today that says any alien or any alien machine has ever landed on the planet Earth, he said. If you believe otherwise, you're being misled. The dick factor just hit 10 on this one. That's just, if you don't believe like I believe, you're wrong. God, there's too much of that in the world right now. Oh, these freaking pricks. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to go so candid on it, but my IDAF meter is at 0 right now. IDGAF meter, yeah. It's at 0, and pricks like this need to just never mind. Need to just shut the hell up because they're wrong. I mean, it's fine for a person to have an opinion. It's okay. Whatever that is, it's okay that you have an opinion. But to suggest that everyone else that might not agree with your opinion is wrong is just such a dick statement. It's just horrible. Wow. All right. Yeah, whatever. I'm just sick of that arrogance. On the subject of finding life on the other worlds, Dr. Lee stated that scientists would need to be ready to find forms of extraterrestrial life that are very different to anything we see here on our own world. The Earth, he argues, may actually not be all that interesting to an alien scientist. Extraterrestrial biologists would come to Earth and would go back and report, not a terrible, interesting planet. All life is the same. All of it reproduces in the same way, using the same major DNA molecule. You can watch part of the conference featuring Dr. Lee in the video below. Well, there you go. Well, I'm not going to watch any of what that guy has to say. I understand what he's saying. Life is going to exist somewhere. It could be plants. It could be, fish, aquatic species of some kind or whatever. But yeah, he's not giving any latitude to the idea that there's intelligent life and they could be visiting us, which flies in the face of quite a bit of collected evidence to the contrary. Something's visiting us and has been for quite some time. You don't have to subscribe to the evidence, or you can say that it's not actually evidence, but to dismiss it outright is just, again, hubris. It's not mine. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. It's not true. The end. Got to keep an open mind, folks. Right, wrong, or otherwise. Even if you just know beyond knowing that you're right, you still have to allow people to have their own opinions. It just, I mean, this is not a monoculture of thought. You know, we are not a monoculture of thoughts or ideas or anything. We're dynamic and fluctuating, and our minds change and our opinions shift, and you know, nothing is static. But these people want to just glue everything down and say it's this way or you're wrong. That's just ugly to me, just very ugly. But there you go. I didn't like reading that one, but we read it anyway. So there you go. That's the second article. Here's the third one, having to deal with puppies and dogs and cats or whatever. I don't know how they know this, but I guess it's true, because any of you guys that are pet owners out there, like, I have a dog. Her name is Stella, and Stella just about poops herself anytime we go anywhere. She's got real separation anxiety. And I mean, I could go out and bring the garbage out and then come back in and she's just zoomies. You're back. And you'd swear I was gone for hours. But she's just so excited. And it's like, yeah, you got some issues. You got some issues, pup. But I mean, to her, it must have seemed like forever. And so maybe that's some of the merit of this next article. Coming from unexplained-mysteries.com, Nature and Environment. Animals perceive time at different rates, new study claims. All right, not all creatures experience time the same way. Different species perceive time differently to us and each other, depending on the pace of their life. It's going to be a long one. I'm going to have to give you guys the link to read it on your own if you're interested in what Kevin Healy has to say. But as you read this, the screen is probably flashing over 240 times per second. Yet, as a human, you won't notice this flickering light. However, to a fruit fly hovering above your head, the screen would represent a strobe light fit for an Ibiza rave. I don't know what Ibiza is. This is perhaps because the way different species sample time. The rates at which they can perceive it varies greatly across the animal kingdom. To us, a fast-moving ball might seem like a blur, but to dragonflies, pigeons, and even big claw-snapping shrimp, it can be seen in great detail. But for the species like snails or certain deep-sea fish like the escolar, the motion is probably too fast to register even at all. But why do animals perceive time differently? Okay. Well, that looks like a wonderful article for you guys to dive in and read at your leisure. So I'm going to put a link into the chats, and you guys, Ibiza is Party Island. Okay. Thanks, the gorgeous model. Appreciate that. I've never been. Obviously, I wasn't invited, but I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Nobody ever invited me to Ibiza. I just never get out. Just saying. All right. There's the links are in the chat, so you can check it out and learn more about how animals perceive time. But yeah, my dog is just like, if I take the minion to the bus stop in the morning and come back and she's like, oh God, where'd you go? I didn't know what to do. Dog turds are huge, but I never owned a dog. Okay. Well, thanks for that candid response. I'm the feeder and the cure. She only truly loves my husband. They have no soul. Yeah, I don't believe in that at all. I've known animals throughout my life that have more soul than most people I've met. They are so pure usually. I mean, like Pikachu, my white cat, he's a little prick, but he's still a sweetheart. I mean, he's kind of chained to his instincts because he was a feral cat, so he never quite hit that I'm old and just snuggly. He's never hit that. He's always reacted very ferally to everything. But like, you know, again, Stella is just a doll. Just you look in her eyes and it's like she's just oozing love. Like, oh, I love you so much. Oh my God, I just love you so much. It's like that's what's going on in her mind. And it's like, oh. So I think dogs might have been sent to this world to teach us what a perfect love looks like, because man, I'm nowhere near that. I love with all the capacity of my heart, believe me, but yeah, Amazing. Amazing. So there you go. That one's that. I got one more for you guys, and we'll check that out now. We'll check it out now because here we go with the UFO phenomena on unexplained-mysteries.com. This one is talking about a show that literally was something I scheduled my Friday nights around for the whole time it ran. I love this show. Obviously, you can see why, but once I open the article, you'll be able to see why. But suffice it to say that this was some of what shaped my interest in all of this. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about from unexplained-mysteries.com. The X-Files reboot is still in the works, but a new female lead is cast. They didn't get her back. They didn't get Scully back. Is Duchovny going to be on this? I don't know. We'll see. What does it say? The return of the iconic 90s TV series will feature 2 new leads and looks set to carry on where the old show left off. When the X-Files debuted back in 1993, nobody had ever seen anything quite like it. The following FBI agents Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, and Dana Scully, played by Gillian Anderson, the show quickly became something of a pop culture sensation, popularizing the idea of government conspiracies and leading whole generations of people to declare, "I want to believe." Amen. The original show ran until 2002 and spawned 2 feature films before returning for a brief, though much less successful, 2-season stint from 2016 through 2018. I never did see those. Doesn't sound like I missed much, though. It's hard to capture that magic again, you know. This would seem to have been the end of it, but then in 2023, Fox revealed that it was developing a new animated comedy series based on the show entitled The X-Files Albuquerque. Well, this ultimately failed to materialize. Thank God. Thank God. That would have just took a big poop all over everything. But then another more conventional reboot of the show was announced, and this time with Ryan Coogler at the helm. While things had gone dark yet again concerning the reboot over the ensuing months, we finally heard this week that the show is still in the works and that it will seemingly follow a new pair of FBI agents as they investigate the newly reopened X-Files. Danielle Deadweiler has been tipped to play one of the leads, though there's no word on who her partner will be played by. The show will still be headed up by Ryan Coogler of Sinners fame, whatever the hell that means, who will also write and direct the plot. 2 highly decorated but vastly different FBI agents form an unlikely bond when they're assigned to a long-shutter division devoted to cases involving unexplained phenomena. The synopsis reads, "It remains unclear whether or not the show's original stars will return in cameo roles, given the huge level of success enjoyed by the X-Files when it ran in the 90s, a time when the interest in the unexplained and paranormal and UFOs was at an all-time high. It will definitely be an uphill struggle for the reboot to recapture even a fraction of its predecessor's popularity." True, it's an uphill battle. Reboots don't generally do as well as the originals. Just saying. Unless it's a Spider-Man franchise. For some reason, they all do fine. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. And there was also the chemistry between David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. It was just very, very cool. That and the cigarette smoking man and all of these, creepy fringe characters that kind of came and went and stirred crap up and then left. And they always raised more questions than they answered, and I think that was the magic. But very cool. Very cool. Much like the paranormal. It raises more questions than it answers. Absolutely. Lori Gibbs, God bless you. Thank you so much. Gifted a membership to Angel Dusty. Angel Dusteed 38. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations, Angel. You are now a 30-day member, and thank you so much, Lori Gibbs. You are awesome. Appreciate it a bunch. Thank you. Very beautiful. Hey, yes, Authority, Brent, and anyone I missed. Yeah. Hello, D. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Eric Fry, good to see you as well. I see you. Dylan Dylan. Sending love from Boise. My favorite episode of X-Files was drive, which came through my little hometown of Elko, Nevada. Oh, very cool, Dylan. Yeah. I'm coming to you from Sandpoint, way up north of Coeur d'Alene. We're Idaho boys. Got to represent, Dylan. So thanks for stopping in, man. Great to see you. All right, so they knocked everything off. Are we talking about cats, Eric? Is that the cat thing? Cats, yeah. Yep, cats. Fringe was pretty good. Okay, gotcha. I don't remember, honestly. But I love the X-Files. I loved the wide variety of things that they would get into and check out. And the ongoing storyline that was just always churning, whether it was a topical episode or this ongoing storyline that just, developed through the seasons. It was really great. Excuse me. So there we go. That is the last article of our festival of fun that we call Da News. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we got a lot more to get to. We'll see how many of you jumped over to Discord and answered the question of the week that I threw up there quick on the fly. Kind of curious what you guys are going to say about that. I hope some of you put some Y's and just not this one or this one. But if you did, that's fine. I just kind of pulled it out of my hat, so to speak, or somewhere else. Not sure where I pulled it from. But anyway, this has been a production of the Paranormal Portal, Da News. Let's get back to the rest of the show.
When breaking news happens, Paranormal Portal is there.
It's not looking so good out here, Brent.
Award-winning and most trusted news.
Brent, the thief broke into the donut shop in the middle of the night. Be on the lookout. The man is in his late 60s, heavy set, and wearing some kind of hat.
First, live, local.
Is this a paranormal show? Why am I doing the weather?
This is Paranormal Portal News.
It is the news. Brent Thomas, how much sand is at Sandpoint? If there's no sand, what's the point? Well, there's sand up here. I mean, I don't know. There's plenty in my garden where I'm trying to grow stuff. Well, Mrs. Portal's trying to grow stuff. I'm just watching things grow, usually. That's her thing. Dude, I love that, Troy Birch says. Yeah, that was Wes Germer. Wes pulled that all together. Yeah, that was really cool. It's hilarious. It's got Merkel represented as a really heavy guy, which couldn't be further from the truth. Tony's got like zero body fat. The guy's just way too busy to ever deposit any extra flesh. That doesn't sound right at all. Anyway, he's a thin guy. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, that was the news. The news. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to... Well, let me close this before I forget and try to reread that on another show. It's bound to happen here on the portal. Let's go to, maybe I should just check here. I want to see how many of you guys weighed in. Oh, yeah, I actually got a few responses. That's not bad. You guys came in at the 11th hour there and just hammered out some answers. John, that's kind of still follows into that's the kind of something else file, but yeah, I was just curious about the two key ones, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I do have a couple of anecdotal stories, or at least one anecdotal story. I can't verify it, but I heard it years ago. Allegedly true, but it's hard to say. To kind of weigh in on that, but anyway, I guess we can get to that. You guys ready for some question of the week? In my impromptu last-minute question. Let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the next segment of the show, which is, it is this one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Discord question of the week. This is where we post a question that has to do with something of the paranormal, supernatural, Fortean, or strange phenomena files or topics, and we just kind of put it out there for our Discord community to answer. Now, everybody and anybody's welcome to join the Discord. It costs you absolutely nothing. There's no expense that you need to incur to become a part of it. Discord's a free program for you. The only expense is mine, and that's to keep the static URL But yeah, it's just an opportunity for you guys to weigh in on a topic, because you are listening to the show, you're viewing the show, and you always hear what I or anyone else on the show is saying about the phenomena. But this is your moment to sound off and weigh in. Again, there's no wrong answers, because none of us know anything for sure about this stuff. Like, there's some people out there that'll tell you all day long that they're experts in something, but when it comes to this stuff, there's no experts, because it can't be studied rigorously. You can't test it repeatedly. So there's no expertise in this. It happens when it happens, where it happens, why it happens. It just happens, and it's not always observable or measurable or testable. So what can we really know? Well, not much. I guess other than witness testimony, we don't have any other real robust sampling of what the hell's going on with most of it. So it's just cool to hear what you guys have to say. Nobody's an expert. Nobody knows. So let's see what you guys had to say in tonight's question. Again, I'm not sure. I hope Chucky's okay. I'll have to message him. Is one that I just came up with a few minutes ago. Who would win in a fight? Bigfoot or Dogman? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, the reason I ask this is because this is a question that actually comes up a lot in the two camps. You got the Dogman camp and you got the Bigfoot camp. And each side is pretty sure that their guy's the one that would pull ahead and win. And I've heard lots of different stories through the years. And, I think it's fascinating and interesting. There does, at least in several instances, there seems to be territorial issues with them, or respected territories between them in a few cases that, they outline their territories and they basically stay out of each other's way, So that does seem to show that they have a mutual respect. But if it's throwdown time, if it's, if push comes to shove, which do you think would win? And again, there's no wrong answers. We just don't know, because there's no cryptid MMA going on anywhere that I know of. So let's see what you guys had to say. First up is Rachel. She was right on it right away. My answer is Bigfoot. For muscle density, it can tear a dogman limb from limb, even if a dogman has its claws and a strong bite. Yeah, there is that. I don't know. Generally speaking, we don't get a lot of physical measures of the strength of a dogman. It's just this ferocity and certainly lethality with the claws and stuff. But if they're coming together, and you've got that provable strength of Bigfoot in so many different stories of them showing incredible strength, pushing trees down, twisting tree branches with hammering the side of houses. They just are exceptionally strong, much like, and probably much more so than a gorilla. But the question is which one is better with its lethality? And I don't know. So that's fair enough. Let's see what Pineapple Tango came in next. And there's still time to answer while I'm reading these if you want. Pineapple Tango says, Dogman, hands down. They are vicious and don't give up. No matter how things might look, once their jaw's on something, they aren't letting go. Bigfoot are strong, but Dogman has agility and speed. I would post that. I would offer that they both have speed and agility. Both are observed blindingly fast in the wilds. Like, that's in a lot of witness testimonies where they're in motion. The biggest takeaway is people were most creeped out because it was so big and it moved so fast. They didn't know anything could move that fast. And that's both. Both Dogman and Bigfoot have been observed, all out. I would say probably between the two, probably the Dogman is faster, but I think they're both very agile and capable physically. But again, one of them has these pronounced claws and teeth, and Bigfoot has this incredible strength. So hard to say, but great thoughts, Pineapple. Appreciate it. You could be absolutely right. Coming up next is Karen Alberting. As much as I love Bigfoot, I think Dogman has got this one. He's just vicious and truly evil. Bigfoot pretty much isn't that way at all, although There are a few stories of mean ones. They probably had rabies from Dogman. It's got to be from the dogs. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I imagine, they could probably be affected by rabies too. All right, John T says, I don't know, but I think Googway would slap the shiznit out of both. Yeah, I mean, whatever Googways are, they seem to be kind of almost an amalgamation of both, honestly. Maybe there's crossbreeding somewhere. Interesting. Let's go to Phil Funk, who weighs in next and says, I think from the tail of the tape, I'll take Bigfoot. Dogman might have speed, but Bigfoot has reach. Well, honestly, both of them are allegedly in possession of exceptionally long arms. But I think the Bigfoot arms would be stronger, but again, not ending up in a bunch of knife-like talons. Dogman will have to get on the inside and work the body. Excuse me. Bigfoot, in my opinion, will keep him at arm's length and work the outside. Bigfoot in 3. Phil's about to place a bet here. Very well thought out. Could be. I mean, it's, it depends on the overall size, I think. Probably is a big indicator. Wonder Woman comes up and says, whoever gets the first strike. That's a good point. And I think that's very true. Like when you're watching boxing, if you're watching MMA, if you're watching any combat sport, and it's very true. All of those fighters are exceptionally talented. They've been training and they have amazing reflexes. They have amazing ability to absorb and give damage. And they are exceptionally good at what they do. But any fight gets down to that one hit, that one guy didn't see, and it's a game changer. And it could be, the old Mike Tyson versus, Jake the Milkman from wrestling. I mean, if the Milkman hits one time and gets it good, it's a game changer. I mean, anything can happen, and it's mostly mitigated by their skill and their ability to, to avoid hits and to absorb hits and stuff. But it just takes one punch. It just takes one lucky shot, and that's probably going to be your winner, So, yeah, I mean, that is a good point. Just whoever gets that first strike. That first good hit is the game changer. John Stevenson says Bigfoot for sure. Yeah, you could be right. John T comes back with matching size Dogman speed weapons, but if Bigfoot gets a hold of him, good night. Yeah, and it's true. Summer Breeze comes in. I don't think I've met you, Summer Breeze, or is that a rebrand? Anyway, nice to see you. Dogman has the teeth to win. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And I'm sure, if something like a Dogman really got a hold of you, if they got a vital, anything would bleed out. And so then it's just a war of attrition. They just got to get a good bite and watch them bleed out and, just keep distance and it's game over. In comes Barbara Mora, and Barbara says Bigfoot. They seem to be more clever than what we know of the Dogman. And that's a good point. How much intelligence do they have? We don't know. But of the two, I would agree with you and say that it does seem like Bigfoot probably has a deeper intelligence. But, in terms of instinct, I think, they're probably even matched. But if Bigfoot has the intelligence, then that could be different. You're right. That's a good factor that we haven't really considered. Eric the Wandering Purple Hobbit comes in. Bigfoot. I believe they're the smarter species. Dogman more brutal. Yeah, that's true. But, think of it this way. Like if you are facing off against a Mastiff, you're clearly much more smart than a Mastiff. But if it's just mono doggo and you don't have a gun or some weaponry or something, probably that dog's going to shred you. And even though you're smarter. So intelligence is one thing, but it's not necessarily the winner or the game decider, but it's certainly a factor. Maybe in the terms of strategy and stuff, yeah, it would probably be more able to utilize things around it to help get the upper hand. I don't know. All right, BJ Lapierre comes in next and says, I think it depends on the size of the combatants. Small Bigfoot, bigger Dogman, sure, yeah. And just essentially, I was just thinking, about equally sized. Let's say two 8-foot Dogman and Bigfoot. Which would win? If they were pretty evenly sized, even though the Dogman would be, probably hundreds of pounds lighter, just due to the, physiology, it would still be a similar size. Dogman, the bigger Dogman, the Dogman would win, and vice versa. Two equally sized combatants. There you go. Okay, I should have just kept reading. I think the Bigfoot would have strength on its side, and that might just tip the scales on who the winner would be. But I think that Dogman could do some major damage, though, as well. With agility, teeth, and claws, it would be a game changer, and in the end of the story, it might just be the flip of the coin. True. Summer comes up and says, "You know me, Brent. I'm in chat right now." I don't see you. No, I don't know. What's your name in chat? I don't know. Sorry. I just don't recognize your name here. Steel City Stacker comes in and says, "I'm going to say Bigfoot because I think Dogman is just another variation of Bigfoot." Oh. Or maybe its own species as well. If you watch Dee's Dark Adventures on YouTube, this girl gets crazy evidence. She even gets evidence of these white or gray skinned, skinny, lanky humanoids. Yeah, those are called pale crawlers. Yeah. Well, they're called rakes or pale crawlers or ghouls, or there's a lot of different names attributed to those lanky guys. But I think Big will win all day, but you got to check that channel out. She gets some crazy evidence, definitely Bigfoot evidence, definitely some Dogman evidence, and some creature that's white or gray. I have no idea what it is. There are some wild things in the dark at night. Yeah, no doubt. There sure is. That's cool. Is it you, Beth? Are you the one? I have Brent wondering now. Okay, I didn't know. I don't know. I mean, I can look at this and go, who is Summer Breeze? And all I can do is see a profile. And then I do that and go, oh, it's Summer Breeze. There it is. That's all I got to work with. I don't know how many names you guys got. I don't know how to close this now either. Great. There we go. All right. So not bad for an impromptu question of the week. Very cool. I will say this. I've heard claims both ways for a long time. And I think it's fascinating. And there are a lot of factors involved in who would win. Any number of things could be certainly size, could be certainly what was going on at the time, could be, is an injury present or the first one to get hurt is probably going to be the one that doesn't win. And both of them are equally, I think, capable of causing that hurt. Now, there's one story in my mind that really sticks out. And this was a report quite some time ago, years ago. I don't remember where. I think it was maybe in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, but it might have been in Alaska for all I remember. I mean, my memory doesn't grab those kind of details really well, but here's what happened. Somebody was in their car for setting up Wes and Tex together. Part one was great. Oh, you're welcome, T-Bone. Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad they got together. I will say this is what happened. A guy was in his car, and I think a guy, or maybe it was a guy and his wife or girlfriend or whatever, but they were in their car, in this area. It was kind of rural, but it was like a parking area that butted up against this forest, like a state forest or something, just this expansive forest. And they heard all this crashing and roars and weird sounds and stuff. And it was just all this ruckus coming from the forest. And I think it was on a mountainous area. Maybe it was more like Montana or something. Anyway, the where isn't important. It's the what that I think is important. Because what allegedly was observed was, as they were sitting there, and they weren't right next to the tree line, they were parked quite a bit back and watching this. But as they were there, suddenly bursting out of the tree line into the road or the parking area was this huge Dogman. And it must have been 8 or 9 feet tall. They said it was just enormous. And it came out just huffing, and its arms are out to its sides, and it's looking not at them, it's looking back at the forest where it came from. It's just panting and just looking just all beefed out and hyped up and stressed. And then the next thing they said was, out flew this huge Bigfoot, and it grabbed this dog man and literally just broke it. And I don't remember if it tore it in half or if it just grabbed its head and just cranked it and broke the neck or something. But then apparently it lifted it up and it just roared this huge bestial roar. And I was like, oh. Well, in this case, that answers that question. Now, I don't know if the Bigfoot was bigger or not. I don't remember the size differential. I don't even remember it was really stated, although they did imply that the Bigfoot was just huge and muscular. So it's quite possibly a bigger one anyway. But if that's true, that's certainly an indicator that this thing was running to get away from this Bigfoot in a big way. Now, what happened? Maybe it was preying on a little one, or maybe it got a little one, and so that alpha was just like, nope, you're done, and was hunting it until it beat it. But anyway, yeah, and I don't know. Beth says, I've seen dogmen in packs. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that they ran in packs. I thought well, no, that's not true. I've heard of stories where they had territories that were adjacent to Bigfoot territories, and it was like family groups lived in both, respective to the territory. So, yeah, I guess family groups or groups of them makes sense. Yeah. That's pretty crazy, but that's a story I heard. Is it true? No, I can't verify it. It's just some scuttlebutt I heard or some article that brought it up, quite a while ago. But if it is true, it's quite an insight. But at any rate, thank you guys, all of you who rushed over and answered the question of the week. Again, it was kind of a last minute thing, but I appreciate all of your responses and weighing in and letting me know what you think. I'm obviously every week, usually Chucky puts up a question, but I haven't touched base with him, so I obviously have to do that. I just realized I don't even have my phone. Where the hell is my phone? I might have to go get it. But at any rate, this has been the question of the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we got a lot more to get to. So let's start getting to that. Bada boom. This isn't necessarily what we're getting to. It was behind Discord. So there we go. All right. Now let me look at the time. Oh yeah, we got to get to the next segment because we got a lot more ground to cover. So ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for what I think has become a pretty popular segment here on the show. And I'm glad you guys are liking it. This may end up taking us the whole way or part of the way out. I don't know yet, but we'll see. I was going to look at an article, but we're already after 8. So I don't think we have time to get into an article. Jose says, I've always heard that the dogman usually hunches, whereas Bigfoot stand more upright. Yeah, there is definitely the physiology difference, but you're right. They do seem to have like a hyena kind of hump on their back, and people usually compare them to a hyena kind of shape on the profile, on the upper body. Not necessarily that they're always down, but the other thing that's, well, there's lots of different reports, but some people report them having these elongated snouts. Other people report them having smaller, snubby snouts like a hyena. So I don't know. Maybe there's, much like potentially Bigfoot, maybe there's family lines that are quite a bit different from each other. But at any rate, very cool. Whatever you believe. Interesting though. All right, so it's time for another segment we like to call
What the hell is that?
That's what Arnie said. Arnie said, what the hell is that? And we're asking the same question every day. I haven't seen Justin Goodearth in here or Big D tonight, but that's okay. Got Car Juice and Barbara and Dog Digger over on Rumble, and that's just fine. Great to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. Who do we got in YouTube? I think I'm going to look this up quick because gotta see what you guys are up to. I want to say hello to you. I told you I was going to do it later, and by God, I'm a man of my word. Let me pop out this. Let me go to participants, and let's see who's here on YouTube. 420 Man from the West is here. Adventures with Beth is here. BJ Lapierre is here. Eric Fry is here. Henry Dogg's here. Jeremy 0160 is here. Hello, Jeremy. John Temprin is here, as is Jose Sanchez. A ghost is here, allegedly. Karen Alberding is here. Phil Funk is here. Rachel Gets It Right is here. Sharon Sunshine is here. Supernatural Station, that's Jaren, of course. Great show. Check those guys' show out. Supernatural Station podcast. T-Bone's in the house. The Gorgeous Model is here. Wizard Moon and Yeshua Reloaded. Owl is here. Kitty Cattywack, Karen Alberding. Who else popped in? Jeremy. I know a few Jeremys. I wonder if you're one that I know. Are you a Jeremy I know? I don't know. Maybe you're not. But anyway, everybody's here. Welcome, everybody. That's everybody that's chatting anyway. At least that I can see. If I didn't say your name, let me know that you're here. And I'll try to get your shout out delivered fresh in the chat. All right, so the ghosts are here. Allegedly. No, we don't know each other. Well, it's nice to meet you, Jeremy. Great to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in and checking out the show. Hope you enjoy it. Feel free to get subscribed. I'm just saying. Bonnie Moore is here. There you are, Bonnie. I did know you were here. I'm sorry. But it wasn't listed on the list, so I can only go by the list. I mean, I could have remembered, but I don't remember a lot of things. Let's get to this segment of the show. This has been a fun one because it gives us an opportunity to look at allegedly some evidence. And you guys get to weigh in. This is a segment that you definitely get to vote on. I rely on your votes, actually, because I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Some of this stuff is obviously phony as hell that I'm going to show you. Others of it, well, could be real. Although with the advent of AI, everything could be AI as well. So, excuse me. So I will tell you this. The first thing I'm going to show you, we don't need to vote on. Because I'm pretty sure every one of you is going to see it for what it is. And we'll get to that in a second. So I'll show you pictures, images, or even video clips. And the object is for me to say, okay, time to vote. What do you think? Are you looking at real evidence? Give me a 1 in the chat. Or is this fake? Give me a 0 in chat. And that's where we weigh in. Now, some people have started doing decimal points, like, I'm about halfway there, so 0.5. Some people are like, more believing, but not quite willing to certify it at 0.75 or whatever. So they're using decimal points to kind of quantify their answer, which is fine. And there is that. So let's see what the first one is, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from Expedition Prime Mystery Channel on Facebook. Expedition Prime Mystery. And it says, the U.S. government shut down Expedition Bigfoot after terrifying discovery. See more in full in the comment. I would never click much of this at all. Anytime they put links in the chat or in the first comments, I'm always like, yeah, I'm not clicking on that. Never, ever. Because that's a great way to lose your account or whatever. So word to the wise, don't click those articles and list it in the chat. If they can't put it in the description, screw it. I mean, that's just me. Maybe I'm way off base with that, but I'm just like, nah, I'm not buying this. All right, here's the image, and you guys can be the judge. What are we looking at? Whoops. Not that. Forgot to shut that off, didn't I? There we go. Here it is. This is the image. I'm going to have to move it over just a little bit so it gets framed up a little better here. We don't need to see the commentary. There it is. That's the Bigfoot that they're depicting. What do you guys think? Anybody not sure that that's just a cutout in some trees? If you're not sure, I'm just here to tell you that's a wood cutout in the trees. And somebody's representing that as evidence. First day on the job? Yeah, Beth. Every day is the first day, believe me. Yeah, I'm like Mr. Short-Term Memory. It's like, who am I? What's my motivation? Yeah, this is just a cutout. Somebody put in the trees and they're trying to say, oh, Bigfoot evidence. He was right there. Scared the hell out of me. Now, I will say, if you didn't put it there and you came upon that, that would probably be a brown moment for sure. Like, yeah, but honestly, it won't take you long to look at that and go, yeah, that's fake. So I don't think this is evidence. I don't think any of you think this is evidence. Absolutely, man from the West. I'm not going to repeat what you said, but I agree. Brent's hat is definitely AI. It is. It's covering my brain. I needed artificial intelligence to supplement my intelligence. Anyway, there it is. People make them and sell them around here. They sell them everywhere, Bonnie. You're right. These things are available everywhere. And it's always the same pose. I mean, if it would be different if it was some kind of variety in the pose, but it's always the same pose. It's like, that's just the best they could do, I guess. It's a very iconic cutout. I mean, I think there's everybody with a jigsaw and some plywood in their yard has made these. It's real easy to do it yourself project, but it is kind of played out, I think. They're fun. They were fun for a long time, but maybe. But that's not evidence. I think we all agree. Nothing to see here. Let's move along. There's more. This is a video, but it's a video that's it's a rip-off video. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm sure any of you Bigfoot enthusiasts out there are going to know exactly where the core image of this came from. And then you're going to exactly know that everything else is AI. This one is AI. I mean, and if you're not familiar with it, the base image that they based this AI build off of was from Todd Standing. And it's his Muppet picture. Looks like a little Muppet, but he says it's a real Sasquatch. I don't know. The jury's definitely never been in his favor on this, but there's a possibility. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it couldn't be possible. But here you go. Let's take a look. This is the image in question, but it's a video. This is coming from Navsinta, Navsinta. We've all seen the Todd Standing image, but here you go. Let's take a look.
Oh my God, it's right there.
Keep it steady. Don't move.
It's huge.
Look at the hands. That's not a bear. It's leaving.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, it's right there.
Keep it steady.
Okay, so there it is. Somebody made an AI. Somebody also drowned out this watermark here. They're trying to cover it, but it's actually there. What did it say? I'm trying to see that watermark. I can't see it. It's kind of scrambled. Something big. Yeah, it keeps scrambling the letters, so I can't see that. I can't make out the watermarks that are in here, so I can't attribute it to the actual owner. But it is kind of sad. But I mean, I don't think anybody that's been looking into this for more than 5 minutes is going to go, oh yeah, that's clearly a Bigfoot. That's real. It's also got this weird deformed shoulder on the other side. But look at that. Look at how this humped up shoulder is here. Because they took the Todd Standing image and the AI just rendered it in place and built the body around it. It didn't worry about proportions. So it's got this real scrunched up shoulder because that's the way the actual image looks. And it didn't change it. So there you go. But what are you guys seeing here? I think, Aussie Boss Tiger, you're giving it 0.5? 0 is definitely right. Jose, 0.5? Really? So I need to let you guys know this is definitely AI. This image is based around Todd Standing's images. Let me just do this. Let's do this. Todd Standing Bigfoot images. Here. Let's see. Let's go to images. These are Todd Standing's Bigfoot images. This is probably the one that's they're basing this off of, or at least one of them that they're basing it off of. And you can see the similarities right away. It's screaming Todd Standing image. Here's another one, more of a wide view of it. These are apparently from the North Woods of Canada, up in the mountains, I think around Banff, but I'm not sure. exactly where Todd Standing investigates. Could be in British Columbia as well. I don't know. Or is Banff in British Columbia? I'm not sure. I'm geographically challenged as well. But this is the base image that they built the AI on. Obviously, I don't know where they got the shoulder so wrong. This is another one right here. So there's a few of them like that. And you can see right away. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, Aussie. You got me all worried. Like, wait, you can't believe this, right? I thought I had to really explain it. But this shows you where the base images came from that they built the AI around. And there's more. So, but there you go. I just wanted to point this out to you. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, Ewok. Yeah, the gorgeous model says Ewok. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fighting on behalf of the rebellion everywhere. So there you go. All right. That one's pretty much a ringer that is AI. Not much to see here. I think this one is more spiritual stuff. Ghost activity, it says. And it says a follower shared a CCTV clip from his house while he was out walking his dog. He's been facing serious paranormal issues in his house for almost a month now. The clip is from the hallway on the first floor, and no one was on that floor at the time of the recording. This comes from the Paranormal Activity Facebook group. Here it is. I guess it's queued up okay. Let me go back, and we'll do this from here. Automatically, I mean, it looks like an interior of a house. Let's check it out, and you guys will vote. Ask Wes what he thinks, Brent. About what? About that Todd Standing Bigfoot? No. Yeah, Todd Standing stuff was before AI. Yep, that's for sure. The actual images are questionable. You know, some people, Chaka from the Land of Lost. Yeah, there's that too. But anyway, let's check out this video. You guys can be the judge. Here we go. It's nice they gave it sound just for those vases to crash. Like that's the only place they put sound in. There it is. What do you guys think we're looking at? Time to vote. I'm going to turn off the sound now just because we don't need to hear crashing vases. What do you think? Are we looking at ghostly activity? Give me a 1 in chat if you think this is legitimate. Or give me a 0 if you think it's a bunch of crap and nothing to see here. Or give me a decimal if you're somewhere in the middle. Time to vote. Let's see what you guys said. Karen Alberting came in with a big 0. All right. Got it. Scared you. Yeah, the sound is just enough sound to scare you. Absolutely. Jose's giving it a half, 0.5. 0, that was so planned. Adventures with Beth says. Jackie Hall's giving it a 0.5 from Aussie. Love Family Guy. Yeah. Looking at not much. 0, T-Bone says. 0.5 from Wizard Moon. 0.5 from the gorgeous model. Rachel gets it right. It's giving it halfway. Vincent Sanchez, halfway. D Oceans giving it a 0. What do we got? Susie Wright, 0. They can mess with the old videos. They can mess with the old videos with AI. They can. That's true. Eric Fry, 0. Got 1,000 messages. BJ, nope. Anything that has to cover up so much of the picture with words isn't anything to me. True. It's a bad place for all that text. 0.5 from Yeshua, 0 from Bonnie. Fire Ant, 0. And the answer is 0. Henry Dog is 0 as well. And Shell gives it a 0, as does Kedstar. Kedstar's giving it a 0 too. Stage with Strings, 0. My daughter's lights do that. Like more camera angles. Yeah, it's allegedly it's an indoor security camera. So there's only one vantage point. 0 for scaring me for nothing, Carol says. And Brent, there's a YouTube guy, Sasquatch Ontario. Yeah, I'm familiar with that guy. I'll just leave that there. Yeah. So 0 from Sharon Sunshine. Is that a thing now? Boo. 0, no one ever puts a clock in the hallway. Yeah, it's kind of an odd... Yeah, that's kind of true, isn't it? Never thought of that before. So Barbara is coming in with 0.5. Dog Digger, 0.5. And Brenton, you live on the border. Yeah. 0 from Car Juice. Oh, you guys did vote on the last one. Okay. 0.5 and 0 from Rumble so far. I think Dog Digger was at 0.5 for this one or for the one before or what. But anyway, here's what I think. This is my take on it. One, yeah, this sucks. This sucks right in the middle of everything. They could have put this way up on top, cleared up most of the shot. The other part is, if this is an interior camera, wouldn't you expect some kind of watermarks from the date, time stuff that you would think would appear here, but maybe not certainly, but possibly. I'm thinking, honestly, it's so crystal clear. It's like a 4K camera. And usually the interior cameras and security cameras are not that high quality. Usually they're somewhere around 720, maybe 1080, but this is crystal clear. And that's surprising to me. And it kind of leads me to think maybe this is AI, and it's just speculation. I can't know for sure, but this one definitely gives me that flavor of AI. But I could be wrong. It could be legitimate, or it could be just staged. It could be both, but I'm looking for indicators. Now, generally speaking, you don't ever have this portrait type of aspect ratio on security cameras. They're always very widescreened, and they do about a 180 degree, but this is very cropped. If it's truly a security camera, it's exceptionally cropped, and it has to be to fit this format of these shorts and stuff. But I don't know, it's suspect to me, very suspect. I'm kind of thinking this is more AI to me, but I could be wrong. Just throwing it out there, but interesting. Did you see it? What are we seeing? Did you see what? Is there something we're missing? Let me know, Jeremy. What are you seeing? Or are you just quoting Nuke? That's like Nuke's top 5. Did you see it? Yeah, I would have made the clock go round and round. Yeah, that would have been cool too. Or make it rattle on the wall like it's getting disturbed. I don't know. It just comes to me as a AI I'm watching on TV. Okay. Gotcha, Jeremy. What did you see something that we need to pay attention to? Let me know. This is always great when you guys point out other things as well. So if there's something that you saw that you think we should point out, let us know. Well, I'm going to bed. No sleep last night didn't help. Good night, everybody. Good night, Bonnie. Thank you for coming in. It's great seeing you. And hopefully you'll come back tomorrow night when we're welcoming Dave Scott to the show from Spaced Out Radio. Tamothman is here. Good to see you, Tamothman. All right. Speaking of Spaced Out Radio, Tamothman. He's one of Dave's regulars as well. So great to have you here. All right. That's this one. We got more. I got a ton more. I don't know what we'll get time for, but we'll just keep chewing the night away. We're at about 8:25. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. All right. This one is, after I close,
1751.
And that's the Ghost Radar. It's got a word database in it as well that can be triggered by energetic means. It said 1751. Okay. I don't know what that means. Never really understood the dates. 1751. Or those numbers. They always seem very arbitrary to me, but if anybody has meaning from 1751, let me know. And maybe there's a meaning that I'm missing. All right, this one is another video, and it's recovered footage. Another recovered footage. So we'll check this one out. It comes from the Dead Air Archives on Facebook. Dead Air Archives. So all these channels, check them out, and don't begrudge these channels for posting this stuff. I think it's fine. It's just conversational. It's interesting, and it's great that they're doing it, because it gives us all a repository of great sites to find more information and more things to check out. So don't throw shade or hate at any of these sites. That's not what we're after. We're just evaluating each piece as we go and see what you guys think. The reason for this segment was just to inspire critical thinking. There's a lot of what is the word? there's a lot of bias built into this stuff. Like, I believe in this, therefore everything that represents that I believe. And that's not good. It doesn't do much to help the whole field. And it's definitely, there's a lot of crap out there. And if everybody's believing it, that means that to the outsiders looking in, we all look like a bunch of idiots. So I definitely want to reinforce critical thinking. Confirmation bias is not going to help move the needle forward for us. Here's the next one. Again, from Dead Air Archives. I don't remember what this one was. I think I opened it last Sunday or even Saturday. I don't remember. It's been a while. Let's check it out. It doesn't have sound. Maybe it does have sound. Let's listen.
Is that?
Okay, so you know what the big problem with this is? I'm pretty sure this came out of nowhere with no backstory whatsoever. Just this incredible footage of what looks like Nessie, or at least some aquatic cryptid in some body of water, but it sounds like he had a Scottish accent, so I think we can pretty safely say this is Loch Ness. But the sad part is that next week somebody can come out with an actual video of an event like this, but everybody and their brother's going to say, oh, AI, I saw one just like it. And it'll just get thrown in the dustbin, even though it could be some of the greatest evidence put out there so far on the subject of Loch Ness. But time to vote. What do you think? It's a plane. Yeah, definitely. Aquatic planes. Carol Pack, nope. Henry, no. Adventures with Beth, no. Rachel, nope. Not buying this one. 0 from Barbara Mora over in Rumble. Wizard Moon, nope. I agree with Eric Plain. Waiting on the colossal woolly mammoth. Me too. I'm waiting for that genetic rebuild to happen. Jackie Hall gives this one a 0.5. I want it to be real. Yeah, but you're not helping us. That's confirmation bias. Kitty Cattywack giving this a nothing. Phil is as well as Lenda. Certified AI? I think so, yeah. Elephants go in the water. They can go under, stick out their trunks out and breathe and go on. Sure. Yeah. Don't think there's a lot of elephants in Loch Ness, but true. The plane, 0 from John Temperin, 0 from BJ, 0 from Eric Fry and Kedstar. Vincent Sanchez is giving this a shot, halfway. Fair enough. Ghostbox Brent, 1751, the first recorded witch trial in America occurred in Massachusetts, highlighting ongoing fears of witchcraft. Oh, interesting. Okay. Susie writes, not buying this one. 420, Man from the West. Nope. Elephant drowning, says Jeremy. Yeah, he didn't stay up long enough. Couldn't get a good suck of air. Does kind of look like an elephant head and trunk, though, doesn't it? That'd be funny if it's just circus animals. Circus pulling through, letting the elephants have a swim. Sharon Sunshine's giving this a -2. It actually owes us some. All right. Well, there you go. Don't forget to add Boss Brent. Likes to be called boss. I do? I didn't know that. I'm learning more about myself all the time. Thank you guys for helping me out. Carju's giving this one a 0. Barbara Mora 0. Over on Rumble. Dog Digger is not weighing in on this one. All right. It's a great awakening. A religious revival sparked interest in spiritual phenomena and the supernatural. Oh, very cool. Yep. The old resurgence. Yeah. Victorian times. Makes sense. Makes sense. Gotta address the elephant in the water. I think it's really clear this is AI, but it is, I mean, the sad part is this is a beautiful video. And it would be great if it was real, because it would definitely chum the water to get some real serious research. Cooking, I know there's a lot of people trying to research over there, but it's all a bunch of enthusiasts. It's not like serious scientific or academic studies. So, not that they're the only ones that can research. I mean, all of this stuff, honestly, is going to be proven by lay people like you and I. There's no big science money that's going to go out of its way to prove any of this. So if this ever gets proven, it's going to be because of people like you and I. That's how it's going to happen. All right. Well, there you go. That's that one. Interesting. God, I got the hiccups. Just suddenly started. There we go. There we go. Let's keep going. We got more to do. So that one was that one. Let's close that one. Here we go. All right. So this one's coming from Ghost Recon Investigations on Facebook. I'm going to read you the backstory that they're including. God, it's huge. All right. All right. Let's check it out. I guess it's a found picture is what the storyline is. So let's check it out. So it's by Ghost Recon Investigations. Totally get why that would scare you, especially. So it says, moved into a new development on an old farm and set my trail cam up. And they caught this, allegedly. Now, interestingly enough, with trail cams, there's always, unless this is cropped, it could be cropped, but there's always the information at the bottom. When, what time, and and that kind of thing. And of course the brand of the trail cam, that always comes up. I don't know how they position this, but it could be cropped. And again, we can zoom in a little bit, but it looks like we're looking at, I don't know, one of those old beaver hats, but not a Davy Crockett style, but in the women's fashion. I mean, this clearly looks like a female, and some disappearing arms and stuff. So it looks like it could be spiritual. This is as zoomed as I can give you. There she is, captured on allegedly a trail cam. The narrative doesn't seem to go anything with this at all. The narrative has absolutely nothing to do with the trail cam picture. It says, totally get why that would scare you, especially because it happened in your little one's room. Here's a little explain that keeps it real without making it more frightening. You found a picture of a charity shop, you loved it, and then a few nights later you went to a cemetery with your mom to take the photos. All right, so that has nothing to do with this at all. So there it is. You can see what we're looking at here. What do you guys think? Female coming out of the ground. I think that's where they're from, Jose, isn't it? Ladies, didn't you just come forth from the earth? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. She's talking on a cell phone. Yes, that could be. I don't know what she's doing. Do you like my hair? You remember how ladies used to kind of fluff their hair? I don't know. Maybe you guys still do that. I don't know. I'm out of touch. I don't pretend to know much. But, all right, let's see what you guys said. Time to vote. So far, we got 0 from the unknown. He's not buying this. He's not buying this at all. Mushroom head. Beth says mushroom head. I don't think she's a mushroom head. I think she's got like a fluffy fur cap on or something. Kind of like a 20s thing, maybe. I don't know. Or 80s. It was kind of a resurgence in the 80s of some of the 20s fashions. Female coming out of the ground, 0 from unknown. Laugh out loud, giant head. 0 from D Oceans. Rachel's about halfway there. She's giving it a shot. Jackie Hall, not buying this. Aussie's all in. Vince Sanchez, yeah, he's all in. It's a me. It's a me, a Mario. I don't think so. Vince is all in. Jose is halfway there. I came from a rib. Beth says. That's a damn good rib. That's all I'm saying, Beth. I have no idea what you look like. I'm just being an idiot. Let's see. Eric Fry, nope. Karen, nope. Kedstar, nope. Yeshua, no. Shellbell, Wizard Moon, and Adventures with Beth, no. Talosian. I don't know what Talosian is. 0.3 from Susie Wright. Just a little more than nope. But not much. 0 from Carol Pack. 0 to 0.25 from BJ. Okay. 0.5 from Linda. Could be an afro, I suppose. I don't think so, but maybe. Let's see. Where's any more? Looks like Sharon Sunshine's giving it a 0 with a question mark. Okay. And 0.5 from Car Juice. 1. The dress has a low waistline, like an old-fashioned dress. Sure. And it could be. It could be. This one, I'm kind of up in the air about. Could it be legit? Sure. What could have happened out there? Who knows? Maybe there's an imprint, spiritual imprint. Maybe it's an intelligent haunting going on out there. She looks like she's dressed for colder weather, or she could be a mushroom person. Maybe she's fae. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Ideas, thoughts, whatever, but interesting all the same, right? I think that's kind of wild. It could also very easily be AI. There's no watermarks down here from the date, time, and the camera manufacturer, which is fascinating to me because that's always lock, stock, and what you get on every one of these that I know of. Maybe it's possible to turn that off. I do have a trail cam, but I don't use it much because I'm not really out investigating in the woods as much. But there you have it. I do have one. I don't know. Interesting all the same. What is it? Could be a ghost photo. Could be. Could also be fake. It's kind of a toss-up. I guess I'd be at 0.5. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Well, without those, date, time thing on there, it just doesn't feel real to me. Just feels like an AI thing. But anyway, that's my take. Cool ideas, though, all the same. You guys are doing great. Thank you for all the votes. Let's continue. I got 3 more. This one's kind of new, and this one just came out. The back story on this is coming from Hidden Facts. Now, I will tell you that's the only place I saw this. I might have saw it on one other place, but honestly, anybody's guess. I think, honestly, it looks like a earpiece. But what do you guys think? Here it is. Here's the backstory. 4K photograph captures unidentified flying object hovering over Acapulco skies in Guerrero, Mexico. And here's the backstory up here on the top. In Acapulco, Guerrero, Mexico, a 4K HD photograph captured an unidentified flying object hovering high in the sky. The object appeared metallic and smooth, reflecting sunlight sharply. Witnesses reported seeing it briefly before the photo was taken, but the high-resolution image revealed details not visible to the naked eye, including a distinct shape and sharp edges. Observers noted that the craft's movement appeared steady and controlled. Unlike commercial planes or drones, in the area no sound was reported, and the object remained at a high altitude for several moments. Its unusual form and reflective surface made it stand out clearly against the bright sky. And there's more there. It says analysis of the photograph suggests the object does not match any known aircraft. Well, clearly. That's, abundantly clear. But there you go. What do you guys think we're looking at? Is this perhaps a UFO? There it is. That's as well as I can frame it. What do you guys think? Hold on. Frog. All right. Got a lot of zeros. Zero, it's a bunch of hubcaps tied together. Maybe. Looks like a steampunk toy. It does, doesn't it? Rachel gets it right. 0. Let's see. They're from the orange trees. They're so yummy. Kedster giving it a 0. I found an old tape recorder in my house. Yay or nay in using it on an investigation. Sure, why not? Why not? Just get a new tape. You nailed it, Jose Sanchez. What do we got? 0.5 from Jose. Karen, Jackie, and the unknown are all coming in with 0. Looks like jewelry. Yeah, I guess it could. It does kind of look, that steampunk thing is really a good analysis of it. Who in the hell would fly that? I don't know. Doesn't look like it should fly. Aussie Boss Tiger and Wizard Moon are both 0.5. Could be. Phil Funk's giving it nothing. 0. Flying Seahorse. Yeah, it kind of does have the seahorse vibe now that you mention it. Very cool. Let's see. Big Fat 0 from Tim Othman. Vince is giving it a 0. John Temperin, Peter Griffin. I don't know what that means, but anyway. What do we got over in Rumble? We got 0 from Barbara Mora. Dog Digger, or Car Juice is giving it 0, and Dog Digger 0.5, maybe. And I don't know any more than what I just read for you. The interesting thing is, I didn't see it all over the place, which I would really expect if it was really breaking UFO footage or imagery. I would really expect to have seen it posted all over the place on the dozens and dozens of UFO groups that I belong to, but I haven't. This is kind of a standalone blurb that didn't seem to get any traction. So I don't know what to make of it. It's curious. Could it be? Sure. I don't know what they look like close up. If this is a one-off thing or if it's, common, I don't know. I've never heard of this. But it is a really weird shape. I guess it would look like a probe, right? I don't know. If I was going to guess what that was, it's like that's the thing that spies on us. I don't know. Some automated self-propelled thing with its own AI or whatever. I don't know. Curious, though, whatever it is, I don't know. Strange? Yep, absolutely. Blurry is a technical term. It sure is. Technically blurry. All right, that's that one. We got 2 more to get through. This one looks kind of cool. I'm not saying absolutely, but I'm saying possible. It's at least got some merit. Let's see what you guys think. This is coming from Red's Creepy Clips. This is another image. Not a video, but an image. And, it's not a video. There's no play button appearing. It says, this chilling image appears to show a dark apparition, lingering near a doorway. A psychic claims the shadow figure is a babushka spirit, accompanied by a small child. I guess we're saying this is a small child. Could be a chair for all we know. I mean, come on. And what the hell's a babushka spirit? I've never heard that term. A babushka, of course, is like a head wrap. This looks more peaky, peaked. Doesn't look like a babushka. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we looking at what might be a ghost? A shadowy apparition captured in this doorway. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. There you go. You can actually see that there is a shape to this. Again, I don't know where you get the babushka from this. It looks like it's potentially wearing a peaked hat of some kind. But where does it come from? Where's this from? We don't get any story, but I don't know that this is a child. I think this is more likely something in that room that's just not getting enough light. But this could be a shadow figure. I guess you can't really see it. Jesus. I got to move it way over here. There it is. That's all zoomed in. A babushka. So what do you guys think? What are we looking at? Is this potentially a ghost? Time to vote. You get to vote your opinion. All right. Let's see what we got. 0.5 from Beth. And what is that? What was that? Oh, Kedster. Kedstar says, nope. Ben from Oz, giving it 0.5. Yeah. 0.5 from Wizard Moon. 0 from Eric. Phil's giving it a 0.5. T-Bone is as well. Barbara's giving it 0.5. No backstory or context. Yeah, exactly. That's a weird part, Dog Digger. Last image on Instagram says it was officially identified as a large metallic balloon, not a UFO. Interesting. That's weird. Doesn't look like a balloon either. Lenda's giving it a 0.5. Negative 0.100 from John Temperin. Grandmother is... No, the head wrap. It's a babushka is like a headscarf. It's a headscarf, for lack of a better term. I think it comes from Russia or some Slavic background, but babushka. My YouTube is lagging, so behind in the chat. Sorry, Brent. No worries, Sharon. No worries. Jose's giving it 0.5. Rachel's giving it 0.5. Aussie's not giving it a shot. Vince is giving it 0.5. All right. Carjuice 0.5 as well. Okay. Yeah, I think it's potential, but there's no backstory. There's nothing to really grab onto with this story, with this image. Just, this was taken and a psychic said this. I will tell you this, and this is no slight to those people that are psychic, but I will tell you that there's a lot of people that will tell you they're psychic and are not psychic. I think we're all psychic. Don't get me wrong, but not everybody that's psychic is in a position or has the sensitivity to really read things well. But it could be developed. I'm not saying that. I think that we all have the seeds of possibility. But I think those people that are really, truly able to dial into things are maybe fewer and far between than we think. But I've known several very talented psychics in my day, and I've known several not talented psychics in my day. So, and that's not hatred. Everybody will tell you that, everybody's an athlete. Everybody's an artist. Everybody's something. Insert word here. There's a lot of people that consider themselves that, but maybe they aren't as qualified as they think. So just because somebody said a psychic said something, to me doesn't mean much unless I know the psychic or can talk to the psychic. But anyway, very cool. And again, I think we're all psychic. Don't get me wrong. But not all of us, or not many of us, are dialed in enough to use it as a regular guidance. I think you could be. You can become that, but you got to work at it. Or just be incredibly fortunate to have it just switched on your whole life. All right, that was that one. I got one more. And that, I think we may end up closing a little bit early because I do want to go check on the minion. He's been out there a while, and check and see how he's doing. It's very concerning when your 10-year-old child is sick, just because there's a lot of crap going on. All right, here we go. Let's go to the last one. This one is, and I was meant to look for it. This one is pretty famous. It's been around for a long time. This one is being posted by Mr. Ballin. I wonder if we can maybe do an image search here. Let's see. Hampton Courts. Let me just do this search quick. Because I know there's more images to this. Of this one. There's like few frames. Here it is. I might actually show this.
If I told you these...
No, don't tell me this. Let me just mute that. Hold on. I'm just getting to the video portion of this because this is actually a few images. All right, and this comes from... I'm going to show you the image first from Mr. Ballin, and then we'll look at the actual video that I just found. I've been meaning to look for more images of this because I know that it's from a CCTV camera, but this is a still shot from the camera. All right, from Mr. Ballin. Let me zoom in on this quite a bit. Here it is. All right, it says in 2003, security cameras at Hampton Court Palace in London captured something strange. On multiple nights, a heavy fire door inside the palace suddenly swung open, triggering alarms, and when guards rushed to the scene, they found the doors closed and no one nearby. When they reviewed the CCTV footage, they saw it. A tall figure dressed in what appeared to be period clothing stepped into the doorway, pulled the doors shut, and then disappeared from view. No one was seen entering or exiting the area before or after. Palace staff said no costume employee or visitor was scheduled to be there at that time, and no one ever came forward to claim responsibility. The image later earned the nickname Skeletor because of the figure's long dark robes and pale appearance. Hampton Court Palace is closely tied to King Henry VIII and the tragic history of his wives, several of whom met violent ends. So the question remains, if no living person was standing in that doorway that night, then who closed the doors inside the Hampton Court Palace? So this is one image, and it doesn't give you a whole lot to work on, but this is a little video. It's 34 seconds, and it's posted by the Historic Royal Palaces. So the following footage was captured on CCTV at Hampton Court Palace, winter 2003. Let's take a look. And thank God it's not a lot of... There it is. There's the doors. They just blew open. And there's the figure grabbing the doors and closing them. Zoomed in. Look at that. And this is very famous. This has been around for a long time and has never been solved for being a person. They've never solved it being a person doing it. So, time to vote. Is there a ghost in Hampton Court Palace? Well, probably. I mean, especially if its history goes back that far. I think it's fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Watch it again. Well, let me watch it again. Where it actually starts. Here we go. One more time. I'm zoomed in. It's extraordinarily pale. Wow. That ghost probably needs to get some sun. So what do you guys think? What are we looking at? Time to vote. Here's the image. Looks like you guys have voted. Several of you have. Imagine all the ghosts and dogmen. Ghosts. What are we looking at? Press for the healing of minion. Yeah. 100%. T-Bone's all in. BJ Lapierre's all in that palace. Yeah. Jose's all in. Helicopter. Oh, hope we don't need any helicopters tonight. Karen Alberting won. All in. Here's that one may have cred, D Ocean says. Yeah. Aussie Boss Tiger, D Ocean's both won. The Royals have done weird things like this before. Perhaps. Phil Funk won. Rachel gets it right. 1.9 from Sharon. God, what the hell? I think we all know this one. Yeah, it's very famous. It's been around forever. Wizard Moon's all in on this one. Shell Bell's all in. Or half in, sorry. I misspoke. I misrepresented your vote. Damn it. And then we got Kedster at 0.5. Eric Fry, nope. And that's the votes over in Rumble. Oh, thank you, Carjuice. I appreciate that. And Barbara. Carjuice is all in. Barbara Moore is all in. And Dog Digger is giving it 0.75. Most of the way there. So my eyes just watering like crazy now. So anyway, I think it's a great capture. The story's been the same for years on that one. And no new information has come for all this time. Like nobody finally came forward and said, oh, that was me. I was just dorking around. We were doing some rehearsals in the theater. Because there's a theater in this thing. I think this is like the backstage doors. So, but you'd think the guards would know. Yeah, it is very old. You're right, Jeremy. Yep. So there it is. I don't know. We had a good journey through what the hell is that. I hope you guys enjoyed it for everything that's worth. And again, I'm going to close a few minutes early. I do apologize. I'm just going to go check on the minion and see how he's doing. He was really sweating, so that was great. It was like he was breaking the fever before the show, but I want to make sure that it's still sticking. So, but that'll give you time now to go over and check out Spaced Out Radio with Mr. Dave Scott. Just go over to YouTube, youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio, and you'll find the show. Dave does amazing shows. He's going to be going for 3 hours starting at 9 Pacific until midnight, or whatever that means for your time zone. So adjust accordingly, but it's about to start in a few minutes. So go over there, get your libation ready and your popcorn, and sit back and enjoy the show. And let Dave know the portal sent you. That's what we got tonight. Thank you all for being here tomorrow night. Mr. Dave Scott will be joining me here on the portal. So bring your libations and popcorn here tomorrow night. And we'll hang out for 2 hours chewing the fat with Mr. Dave Scott. So that's it for us. As always, remember, love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. And be sure to check out the podcast if you're not a podcast listener. This isn't the podcast. This is just the live streams. Podcast is very different, but hope you like that as well. Good night, everybody. That's all I got for you. We'll see you tomorrow night.